Hello, everybody. How you doing? We've Paddy here from across the shop, and this is just another move on. It's another video for my collection that I'm going to be putting in my library of all my traditional knives. So I'm breaking them down into their different groups. This is Case, and strangely enough, I've never really been a Case lover because I had a couple of bad experiences, so I didn't buy them for a lot of years there, or I bought them very occasionally. So I've never had a big Case collection, but recently I found I sort of needed to have more so that I could represent Case in itself. Look, they're a big multinational company. They make thousands upon thousands. They're not like a GEC. So I think I've come to accept that yes, they're not going to be the best fit and finish in the world, but to me, there's still an expensive knife to collect, and probably more so if you're in the UK, because I mean the average price of a Case knife is about £60 to £90 for for Case knives. If you want to go to the Tony Bose ones, you're hitting over the you're getting into that GEC range. Do you know what I mean? So they are an expensive knife. Now you can get inexpensive models of them knives, and I'm going to sort of start with the basic ones that do come a little bit cheaper. But for me, they're not a basic knife. They're a mid-range um, pocket knife, mid to high range for most people's pocket. We don't all have endless pockets. So they're a mid to high range pocket knife that's out there at the minute that you can buy. So let's just go through my little collection. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time. Most of them I've got videos on. There's a couple I don't, and I'll let you know what they are, and I'll do them over the next period of time. So I'm going to start with Case come with a basic yellow Derlin brand. You can get stainless and you can get carbon CV, they call it, chrome vanadium, which is their carbon brand. To be perfectly honest, I like carbon because I like patina, but cutting wise, I'm sorry, I'm in the camp where I really don't. I can't tell the difference whether one cuts better than the other. I have not found that to be there. I haven't found it to be any great difference that makes it worthwhile me sort of promoting one or the other. They both seem to cut about the same, which is about average. Do you know what I mean? It's about average, but they're pocket knives. Do you know, these are not um, heavy use tools. They're pocket knives. This is a work knife. This is a trapper, and this is a large trapper. And by large, I mean the blade is just over 3 inches. So this is not legal for me to carry here in the UK, but it's a great working knife. For those of you who want a working knife, the trapper is a great because you get two blades. You'll get, now they're normally these, sometimes they're a little bit different. Oops, sorry there. Lovely big, it's a low clip point, I would call it. It's a lovely big blade. This is a big knife. You can see I can hardly get this on the camera. But the blade cutting edge is just over 3 inches, which makes it not legal to carry here. So you have to be aware if you're going to buy it to carry in the UK. The large trapper is just outside the range that I would take. So the Derlin is lovely. The yellow Derlin's put in. The fit and finish on this one is really quite good. I'll show you the back spring. It's not bad. There's little slight gaps, but nothing that I would worry about, to be honest with you. There's no half stops in this. And then you got the big spay blade. I love this spay blade. For cutting cardboard, it's lovely. It's got like a hollow grind nearly on it. I'm not sure. It's very slight, but it's a lovely cutter. In fact, I've done videos. I think it was a Rough Rider large trapper. I've done cardboard cutting, and it was very, very good. But again, a really lovely big work knife. Now, next on the list is the other trapper that I've got. And this is the blue, and this is just a plastic covered, it's jigged. It's done beautifully. The back spring in this is absolutely perfect. Um, the little oval case shield, everything about this little knife. This is a gift from one of my subs. Again, you have that long clip, really, really elegant looking long clip. This is a thinner, smaller blade, completely UK legal. You have that spay blade at the top here. Absolutely beautiful blade. Takes a lovely edge. And the one thing about Case is they're all USA made, so you know where they're coming from. So if you've got any worries about, the likes of Rough Riders and things like that, step up to a Case if that's what you want. You might have to save a bit longer, but they are, a genuinely made, American made knife. And their quality is all right. If you can buy in person, that's what I would recommend. But as for, I mean, that's a beautiful looking little knife. I can't find fault with that for the price you're going to pay for it. This is in the cheaper version, but it's really well put together. Absolutely lovely. Blade centering's absolutely fine on them. Two lovely little blades there. And if I sort of put these together, you'll see the difference. This is the large trapper and this is a medium trapper. And I think they do a smaller one. But that's all. I'm not a particularly trapper lover. Not that I'm a trapper hater, but I'm not a trapper lover as such. But nice knives nonetheless. The next one is one from this is just a barlow. And it's beautiful shield in this. This is a lovely, I think it's a Caribbean blue bone on it. It is stunning. And my camera's not doing it justice, but it is a beautiful knife. Again, little gaps that are, and some of these are not, it's just hafting. Maybe it isn't done well. You can actually feel it. It's not so much a gap, it's just a bit raised. It hasn't been hafted fully to get it nice and flush, but it's a beautiful little knife. Beautiful little knife. This one, there we go. Isn't that lovely? It's just a spear point. Absolutely beautiful little knife. Now, this to me is about as small as I'll go for an EDC carry. This is absolutely fine. It's 2.5 inches. Absolutely fine for EDC. Will do the tasks that I want to do. And again, it's nicely done. There's half stops in this. This is from the Vault series. I haven't bought all the Vault series because just some of the knives I haven't bothered. There's a copperhead. I think I'm going to get one of those just for the collection. I like a copperhead. I think it's nice when you have the tang that is hidden and it doesn't stick in you when you're, especially if it's a double-bladed one. So I think I might get the copperhead to go with this in the Vault series. Now, let's move along to one of my favourite knives. And look, this is coming across as orange. It is a beautiful strawberry colour. I can't, let's see if I can't really get it, but it's a real lovely red strawberry colour. It is a beautiful little swayback, just a gorgeous with a Wharncliffe blade that, oh, this is about secondary size. This is, it's not even, it's about 2 inches. It's a secondary knife and a brilliant secondary knife for opening packages. That Wharncliffe, for doing detailed work, it's absolutely beautiful. And you can dictate how far you go into packages just by putting your finger here, and that's as deep as it can go. But it's just, this is my favourite of all my Case patterns so far. I have loved it. I've got two of these. I have another one I'll show you, but it's the more expensive version of this. But I just love this half stop on this again. I love a half stop, but the blade centering's a little bit off. And I think with Case at the minute, that's what there'll be something about the knife that you could find fault with. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's a deal breaker, but there will be something about the knife that you'll find. So, be careful. And maybe your expectations, people tend to try and put Case in with GEC. They're two different beasts. Don't try to do that because you'll be disappointed. Case usually has one thing that's not quite right. And if you can accept that, apart from that, you're getting a really good knife. I've never had any problems with the function of a Case knife. Just sometimes the fit and finish is not brilliant. I'm going on about that, but everybody does want perfection now. And with slip joints, it is so difficult to get perfection with a handmade knife. Do you know what I mean? It really is difficult. Here's one I've only just got this week, and this is that is the colour it is in real life. It's an orange bone. It's like a peach seed jig. It's a little peanut. I'd never had a Case peanut. I had my, because it's not a knife that I carry a lot. Now, it goes in that wee fifth pocket. Absolutely beautiful. Where this one will go, I just love it. The fit and finish on this is absolutely lovely. It's got a half stop again. Not a very strong pull, but you don't need a strong pull on all knives. I love a strong pull, but this again, detailed work. Look at the little point. That is a little scalpel. I'm going to try. My hands are terrible anyway. I have dermatitis. So, but if you can see, that can just pick. It literally just picks anything, any scalp for anything. It's a great little pocket knife to have in your pocket, and it's old school. You can bring this out and you're not going to scare people. Look at that little pencil sharpener, a little pen blade, and that's what it's for, a little pencil sharpener, something like that. It's just a gorgeous, gorgeous little knife. And the fit and finish on this particular model, look at let me just show you the fit and finish. Them blades are centered. Everything about this is perfect. Everything is perfect. And you don't get many of them with Case at the moment. I think the older Case models were better, but look, as a knife, this functionally, and it's perfect. For what it is, it's perfect. It does its job for its size, but beauty-wise, it's just lovely. Case's bone jigging is gorgeous. I love it. Absolutely love it. This is another new one to the collection. I haven't done a review on this one either. Look at that bone. Isn't that just beautiful? I really don't know what the bone is called in this. It's like a browny mocha coloured bone with a bit of orange in it as well. Um, but it's beautiful. This is a lovely, well-made knife. Is it perfect? The back spring's pretty good on it. The blades do rub together. It's a three-bladed stockman. Again, you have your lovely long clip. And this one's in CV, which I bought this used. There's your sheep's foot. And at the other end, oh, let me go around here. And then you have the little pen blade at the other end. Good wee pen blade on this. Good sturdy little pen blade. Now, this is just a medium stockman, but to me this is perfect for a secondary carry. Look, I could actually get away with my life. I could get away with this as my main knife because I know I've got three blades there, so I've plenty of cutting power. But I really, really enjoyed this. It's the only CV one I've got, and this is going to be a user for me. I bought it used and I'm going to use it. But the fit and finish on it, absolutely perfect. Love it. Really do enjoy it. Now, we're coming to my two favourite Case knives. I've showed you one of these before. This is another little sway back, but this one's in the Stag. And this, I believe, is one of the nicest pieces of Stag I've ever had or seen in a knife. Look how deep that isn't. That just got, this is genuine Stag. You've got the peanuts on there. It's just beautiful. I can't tell you. It looks every bit as nice in person as it looks on this picture. I think this picture, if you look at it's a bit, it's not even, you could say it's a bit thicker, but it's just this forward part sticks out. But they're both in hand. It feels very equal. It's just beautiful. And when you can buy something like this, the centering is pretty good on this. There's no rubbing. It is well hafted in the back. The back of it, the back spring is lovely. This is just perfect. Absolutely perfect. The double X Prime Stag. Isn't that just, who wouldn't be proud to bring this out in public? Nobody. It's just, a beautiful half stop, beautiful spring. It's probably one of the best action Case knives I have. It's one of the best looking knives. I just believe that of all the Stag I've got, this is just gorgeous. Gorgeous. It really is. I'm going to set that up there because I don't want to stop looking at it. It is just a beautiful small secondary knife for me most of the days that I'm doing. That'll do me my day's work. And the last one is one I got as a homage to one of the best knife makers ever to be born, is Tony Bose. And he worked in collaboration with Case most of his work in life once he became sort of famous, if you like. He stuck with them. The fit and finish in this, it looks pretty good there, but I expected more. It's not hafted particularly well. It's risen a bit in the back here, but it still looks really, really beautiful. This is the sow belly, and this is just a beautiful Tony Bose. This one was made for one of the big knife shows. Tony Bose's signature on it. I'll probably never use this. It's just Tony Bose passed away last year, for those of you who don't know. This was I do know the year, but I can't remember which year it was. It was the knife show that this was. He used to make one every year for the knife show, but this one is in wood and it's ebony wood, I believe. It is a good full size 4-fingered knife with that beautiful clip that's got a little bit of a recurve in it. It's beautiful swedge on the top of it. I just think it's lovely, even the way the nail nick just sits perfectly along the swedge. It is a beautiful, beautiful knife. So I'm going to finish on that. I'll give our Tony a bit of a wipe here so that I can leave you. So case knives, I think you have to take your expectation down a little bit as far as fit and finish goes when you're buying a case knife, because recently they've just not been particularly um, efficient at doing it. They're not checking enough. I'm hoping that's going to change because every knife company goes up and down. But to me personally, I love these case knives. I'm now so glad I have 8 now in my collection. That's nice. I want to, I'll get a copperhead because I haven't got a copperhead in good knives. I have a Rough Rider copperhead, which is a beautiful knife, but I just want one, I think, in a higher end part of my collection. And I put case at that higher end because they're not cheap. They're not a cheap knife. They're well made and great using knives and have been for years. And, you know, I could recommend these to anybody to use and for a collection if you want to get a collection. I just would say, buy it off somebody you know who can send you pictures because it's what you can put up with. Every one of them knives I show you, to me, they are perfectly good knives. I have no need to change them. They're not all perfect, but they're perfectly good knives. So there you go, case. Just check please, 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 because they make such beautiful bone. They make lovely designs. They're constantly changing their designs. They make thousands of patterns. I really want them to keep on doing well, but I just think, like everything else, don't let that fit and finish go. Just take care and keep doing what you're doing because it's a great way to get into traditional knives a little bit up the ladder. Take care, everybody. Paddy's away for a wee cup of tea. All the best. Bye bye now.